Everyone, and welcome to week 14 of class. This week we are going to move from the causes of the Civil War to the Civil War itself. Now, as you probably are aware at this point, and even if you're not, the event that really triggers the conflict to begin is the attack on Fort Sumter, and this really inaugurates, as one contemporary stated, now that attack on Fort Sumter has happened and now has inaugurated Civil War. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be spending 2 weeks looking at the war itself. Now, I believe that the Civil War is one of the most climactic moments in American history, so I want to spend a little bit of time on it. And we're probably going to be spending more time looking at some of the battles of this conflict than perhaps we have in the past. But that's because, again, one, I'm very interested in this, but two, I think that many of these battles are really significant. And so what we're going to do is we're going to be breaking this week down, and we're going to be looking at really the first 2 years of the war with a little bit of 1863. So really we're going to be going from 1861 to 1862, start of 1863, and then next week we'll focus on 1863 to 1865. And so going to be kind of just sort of skimming the surface of this. The Civil War has, so many battles, and there's really no way to cover all of them in the amount of time that we have for this course. And so we're just going to be kind of skipping the surface to look at some of the more significant ones and kind of identifying what the larger consequences were. Now, as far as the Union is concerned, many of their major victories take place in 1863 and thereafter. The famed battles of Vicksburg and Gettysburg. You've got the notorious or infamous, depending upon your perspective, right? Sherman's March to the Sea. You've got Grant's approaching and taking out Lee at Petersburg and elsewhere. Okay, all of that happens from 1863 to 1865. But I will say that one of the really significant battles of the Civil War, the Battle of Antietam, which took place in 1862. We will be talking about that, and the reason for it is not only because it was a really climactic battle, but it is from the Battle of Antietam that Lincoln sort of has a military justification, a victory, if you will, to issue the Emancipation Proclamation, which, of course, changes the trajectory of history in the United States. So it begins the process of really setting the war up to become the thing that it did. It came to end slavery, and being able to issue that emancipation definitely put us on the road to doing that. And we're going to be talking more about the emancipation this week, in addition to some of the advantages and disadvantages that both the North and the South had, as well as some key battles during this period. So just going to kind of skim the surface of it. And so that's what we got. You've also got your discussion questions for this week. Main one due by Thursday, subsequent by Sunday. And then, of course, you also want to be thinking again about that second PowerPoint assignment that you've got coming up. Okay, that's what we've got for this week, guys. With that, I will leave you, as I always do, with, if you have questions, contact me. Otherwise, go in peace, be warm and filled. May the force be with you. Live long and prosper, and may the odds forever be in your favor. Have a blessed week, guys.